for the rest of this one year, busy recording, okay, Takwana, we are going to look at quantitative data analysis. So here we have statistics. Now, what we have in terms of quantitative research is objectivity. So everything we do is about making sure that we are objective in our processes. And the easiest way to interpret, to analyze, to draw conclusions from research as a quantitative researcher is to do it through statistics. So what is nice about that, it takes away the guesswork because we use numbers and stats that we, in terms of this research at least, will draw from our survey. And if you use Google Forms to set up your survey, you'll see that it gives you wonderful summaries in terms of mean, mode, median, all that kind of stuff. So the key thing is that we are unbiased and we are defensible because as we have with qualitative research, there is always a sense of subjectivity. So in terms of those leaps and assumptions that I spoke around earlier, those are problematic because those are subjective leaps and assumptions, even if you leave your breadcrumbs behind. In terms of what we have here, because we are using numbers and stats, we can defend our results with our maths, with our statistics. Other parts that makes this different is that it's accurate and objective and that the research stands separately from the actual research, and it gives us summaries and it looks at patterns and trends, and it assists us in making decisions in terms of medicine, deciding treatments, for example. So you could take a blood test, you can read a blood test, it will tell you what you need to do in an objective way to deal with whatever the outcomes of the blood test are. In terms of informing decisions, we sometimes see people use stats as part of making predictions whether somebody will fit into the organization, attempt to make predictions of whether somebody would be successful at a particular job. So it informs our decision making when it comes to selection. So what we get from statistics, it's about gathering data, analyzing, interpreting, and then it's also a way of presenting it. And I promise you, Google Forms do this really, really well. It is a wonderful depiction of your summaries. So you will take pics from there, you'll do extracts from there, you'll cut information, in particular the lovely colorful pictures from there. And we can make projections, we can make forecasts based on that. The relationship between inflation rate and the amount of spending that consumers do. You can make those kinds of predictions using stats. And then in organizations, you can see here how much those drive. For us, the key thing is about policy, it's about practice, and it's about decisions. So in terms of the stats that we're looking at, we are going to look at mean, median, and mode. I think we are going to stay within descriptive statistics. I don't think we're going to go to the next level. So for me, I think we'll stay with descriptive statistics, and you can see there mean, median, mode, and then the other bits in terms of your dispersion there, and we'll talk about all of those. So if we look at descriptive statistics, it really is about summaries of data. It gives us our range, maximum and minimum, and then also we can from there calculate certain central points. So if we look at that, when we think of those different values, minimum and maximum, we can see what it is there. And then our central point would be when you add all those bits together there and you divide it by the number of data bits that you have there. In terms of medium, you would look at what the middle value of all of those are. I'm not going to try and find it, and the way to do it is get them organized in ascending order from small to large, and then look at in terms of even the two middle figures and make those, or middle numbers, and make an average. Or if you have odd numbers, you then have the middle value. And then central points, this one appears most often. So you can count which one appears most often. I certainly will not do it right now. Okay, guys, I have to go. So we'll carry on with this. Not to worry, you won't need it by the time we get to the next lecture. So please don't panic about that. I'm going